Yes, Kirby Air Riders is a day away and apparently reviews are already in. Final boss has been revealed by Nintendo Unity, whom I'm subscribed to, but I feel like there was really just one major cutoff. I mean, just seeing the supernova in Kirby Air Riders Direct number 2, it just blew my mind. I'm going to be going over where Nintendo really cut off from the lore, where Kirby Superstar is, but let's get into it. Please hit the like button, subscribe button, notification bell, let's get into it. I'm done saying let's get into it. Now I'm done. Now, I feel like the real point where Nintendo stopped looking back at Kirby's previous lore with enemies such as Nightmare and the Supernova, the Ancients, I know, real original name. Feels like all HAL Labs and Nintendo has done is left behind Kirby's lore, with only subtle references, like in Kirby Planet Robobot, like how dark matter is summoned as a clone, and the supernova shape being put on the big planetoid robot thingy. Kirby Superstar Ultra is really when HAL Labs just left it all behind, and is just starting off new lore with the weapons such as the Master Crown. Then there's Fecto Forgo, the Forgotten Land. And let's not forget about the seed that was dropped on Planet Popstar by the people that lived in the sky. The HAL Labs and Nintendo just felt like they left it all behind until now, when they finally teased that the supernova is returning. Although the point where I really felt it was left behind, just Kirby Superstar Ultra. Also when Kirby Right Back At Ya was finally wrapped up. The final, or in other words, 100th episode of Kirby Right Back At Ya was just Tiff and Kirby facing off against Nightmare. So once they were able to defeat Nightmare on the big screen, I guess they just never really felt much reason to go back to this bad guy. But look at this guy that kind of looks like a dark version of King Dedede. Look at the supernova. It's like they're setting up for better fan service than Kirby Star Allies did. And that's saying something. I mean, the roster includes Lololo and La La La. Talk about bang for your buck. I've been saying this for a while, but I think that Kirby Air Riders is going to be better than Mario Kart World in 5,000 ways. While there's less content, there's just more replayability. Or as the term goes, less is more. So why not celebrate the fact that Kirby Air Riders is finally coming, with just the fact that Nintendo is finally coming back to the old lore and trying to connect it all. And hey, I'm sure we're all aware of the graph that Nintendo released with Mario Movie, Mario Galaxy Movie, Legend of Zelda, blah 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 blah. Can we get a Kirby Right Back At Ya reboot on that graph? I'm not joking. I'd like to see a Kirby Right Back At Ya reboot. Kirby Right Back At Ya's first episode debut, as well as Kirby Air Ride on the GameCube, are very close in release. And seeing this legacy for the past Kirby games be represented, I mean, we have Dynablade and that City Trial, who by the way is also in Kirby Right Back At Ya. Now I am taking a quick peek at what this final boss is at Nintendo Unity. So I'm kind of spoiling it for myself, but I'm not going to be spoiling it for everyone else. But Kirby Air Riders on its own, it just looks stunning. From the first time we saw it in the Direct to seeing the novelty of the amiibo that only 2% of people that are gonna play Kirby Air Riders are actually gonna buy. But the game just looks better than Mario Kart World in every fashion. Now, is it gonna be better than Sonic Racing Cross Worlds? I don't know. I'm just gonna say straight up that I don't know. But so far, all we really know from the story is that the machines apparently have a goal in their whatever the mind is. You go on a road trip playing minigames, you fight this big bad King Dedede dark matter looking thingy. This story is more drab and forgettable than most Nintendo stories. And that is one heck of an accomplishment. The point is that Kirby Air Riders just on its own looked incredibly nice from both the directs. The gameplay looked really fun, and like I said, the amount of stuff, it wasn't really much, but it just looks 10 times more replayable than how Mario Kart World looks. It's just very, very Smash Bros. Coded, kind of like how Donkey Kong Bonanza is very Mario Odyssey coded. It's just kind of funny, like so many... I think I made my point. So while there's hardly not much of a story, I can definitely see that they definitely did try to do something for Kirby Air Riders, and I appreciate what they did. Now, whether this is going to lead into a proper mainline Kirby title in the future, I don't know. Maybe it's going to lead to a remake or compilation of Kirby games. Although I doubt that's going to be the case because I just looked it up. The next big anniversary for Kirby is going to be in 2027 and not 2026. So maybe it'll just lead into a proper mainline Kirby game rather than some sort of remake or compilation. But hey, it's fun to think about. One of the reasons I made this channel is to one of the things I'm doing and what I'm doing for this channel is just to be able to share my thoughts, let my imagination run wild with the world, because it's just fun to think about the possibilities. It's really just how I'm presenting it. But from the reviews from the big critics, it seems like Kirby Air Riders it's definitely just feeling like, for first impressions, that they've definitely pushed to make it great, and that's what they achieved, despite it having less than Mario Kart World. And it's really just the fact of how replayable it looks. Like, all the stuff on its own, the graphics, the music, the tracks, it just looks so good in its presentation. Like, Sakurai and the crew did a great job with the directs, and I'm going to be really hyped for whatever this new thing is going to be leading into with the Supernova. In fact, I'm going to come up with a game theory right now. The machines in Kirby Air Riders originally were made by the Ancients. Yep, that's my theory. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm just saying that ever since Kirby Return to Dreamland, lore for Kirby has been less relatable and more to the point, despite not actually knowing what any of this darkness stuff comes from. Like, will we get any confirmation of DLC? Probably. Will we get an exploration for what all this lore is for? I'm not sure. I mean, we're just at the beginning of the Switch 2 generation. I can already tell that Kirby Air Riders is definitely going to be one of the highlighted titles to pick up for just the gameplay on its own. And I can't wait to see what all the lore is for. So thanks so much for watching, everybody. I shall see you all next time. Later.